There are beautiful clouds where you are. That's how I know that these worries will not last. I can see you've been crying and staying wide awake, asking yourself why the journey is so tough. They say tough times never last, only tough people do. So don't stop believing, I know it's gonna be better. Say la, 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 la. It's impossible, you know. And trust me, it's okay, so let the toxic people go. Your peace within is more priceless than a pearl. You got to be happy, cause life's just way too short. Don't stress the little things, they will only waste your time. Just take it easy, easy like a nursery rhyme. And I'm singing, know it's gonna be okay. So I wanna see you smile today. Hey, you just gotta be happy, man. Good days, bad days, it's all part of life. But you must keep the groove on and enjoy every single day. I'm sure you've had some happy days before. So what makes you think you can't have more? Keep on fighting and you'll see. You will soon see rainbows. Hey, come on! La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la. La la la, la 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 la, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, la 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 la.
there were things that worked against us. And I'll be humble enough to say there were things that also we ourselves, by omission or commission, engineered. When President Kufuor said we're going to build a national cathedral, it was a time when we were not in economic difficulties. But by the time the steps progressed and we were actually on the ground, we were in serious debts because we had spent more during COVID time and our productivity was less. But it's like having committed yourself to a course. How to withdraw look awkward. So we were in it. And Felix them smartly played the politics, which is fair. That look at how tight things are. But these guys want to build a cathedral. If we knew that COVID will make life so difficult that prices of fuel will go up, it will be difficult to get our money, our workers will be at home, we can't have the revenues we want, we would say that this cathedral should wait for some other time. But you are in it. You've dug the ground, and now you are stuck. You don't have money. Human beings by our nature, we remember more of the bad than the good. Millions of parents had their children passing through free SHS. But when you say it, they go like, Because the one which makes life difficult will normally overshadow the good. So you have people looking at the prices of, let's say, fuel, looking at the cost of items, inflation and all that. So there were things that worked against us. The NDC looked at some of the things that were happening in the country, some of the biggest challenges like youth unemployment, and coined messages which fit the bill, like the 24-hour economy. And sometimes when you listen to the explanation, you couldn't really get it. But I remember one lady who gave us an equation that solved the problem. That is an equation. It is 133. It's one job, 3 people doing the shift instead of now, then the one, and then 3 people, 3 shifts.
But Moro, the biggest and most significant objective that Perama set for himself was to turn around the economy. Because it was the biggest problem that Ghanaians faced. Indeed, the anger with which they voted against the NPP revolved around economic mismanagement and how people suffered, how millions of Ghanaian households were thrown into hardships and suffering and escalating cost of living. It tells you that the people of Ghana are watching. And for many years, they had given the NPP a long rope to operate. They had observed them. They renewed their mandate in 2020, albeit by a smaller margin compared to how they won in 2016. So from right then, the signs were very clear, that the people of Ghana were unhappy about the way things had gone, except that they wanted to give them the benefit of the doubts and hope that an extension of the mandate will provide scope for correction of some of the mistakes and the righting of some of the wrongs and the implementation of policies that were sound, that would sit well with them. But it does appear that things actually deteriorated in the 4 years that the people of Ghana thought they could do better. And so they were left with no option than to boot them out in 2024. So having been the direct beneficiaries of that action by the people of Ghana, we do not need a soothsayer to tell us what our fate will be if we fail to perform to the expectations of the people of Ghana.
You need to appreciate the discussion around the Office of Special Prosecutor and understand that it is a very difficult subject for political players to engage in. Because if you are not careful, you'll be seen as a person against the fight, the national desire to curtail corruption or control corruption. If you are calling for the removal of the OSP himself, or if you like, the doing away of the office as it is established. But I will never be cowed into submission, especially when it comes to the relevance of that office. The spokesperson of the OSP says that he was attacked by 17 policemen.
Yes.
Handcuffed and beaten. Yes. By 17 policemen. Beaten, and he was able to count 17 in the state of being beaten.
You doubt him?
Moro, you see, that is why from day one I have been consistent that the issues we are discussing are twofold. The credibility and integrity of the Special Prosecutor's office and its office holders, and the relevance of that particular office. There are so many things happening that we are taking for granted.
I will not join the cause, numerous of them, to have the office abolished. I think what we've all been faced with is...
In this instance, before the NDC came to power, there was a pre-advertised agenda to get rid of the Chief Justice. And it's been covered with procedure. And the Chief Justice has been ousted. There's a pre-advertised agenda to get rid of the EC Commissioner and her deputies. It is being rolled out, petitions, and then they will say, oh, it's procedure, it's procedure. We are telling you, if you still don't believe it, that there's a pre-advertised agenda to ensure that there's an overwhelming majority in this chamber for the purposes of constitutional amendments. It is coming. And what we can do is to stand on our feet and to draw Mr. Speaker's attention that he should not buckle to any pressure that is being put on him to declare the seat vacant, because he has already made that ruling. No amount of pressure should be brought on him.
Finally,
him to make that
as a caucus, you have made your point clear through your minority chief whip that this particular letter should be withdrawn. Now, per practice, we know that once you make that submission, we should hear from the other side of the house. In this case, you are opposed to hearing from the majority. We do not know what exactly he's going to say. Why don't you just give him a fair hearing so that we know the way forward?
Procedure is being used to perpetrate injustice in this country. So what they are seeking to do is to cool down the temperature and normalize it with a long discussion and then tell us that we can go to court if we don't like it. We need to let people understand that this is a political chamber. And all the tools of the trade are available to us in this political chamber. Now, if injustice is being perpetrated of this nature, we will withdraw cooperation. So what we have done is to withdraw cooperation. And prior to this, we have been cooperating. Every single report that comes, we support. We are working towards appropriation on the 19th. There's no business that we haven't supported. And we are minded to support the government business to go on. But now that they have elected to put a spanner in their own works by trying to use instruments of state to snatch this seat from us, we are left with no choice than to suspend cooperation. We have a lot of respect for Mr. Speaker. We wish we didn't have to do this, but they are leaving us with no choice than to withdraw cooperation. Look,
I don't enjoy prosecuting people, but I mean, the people of Ghana will not forgive us if people develop impunity in terms of abusing the trust that people have put in them. And so that's why we're resourcing the Economic and Organized Crime Office and the other anti-corruption institutions, including the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And recently, there have been some controversy with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. I think it's premature to call for the closure of that office. The unique thing about that office is it is the only anti-corruption agency that has prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves without going through the Attorney General. And so people had mistrust for the Attorney General because the Attorney General normally is a member of government and is a minister of state. And so they believe that the Attorney General will be very reluctant to prosecute his own. But if there's an independent office like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it won't matter who you are. Because they have security of tenure and they have prosecutorial powers, whether you're a member of government or you're a member of a previous government or you are anybody who has, misappropriated public funds, they have the law is behind them to be able to prosecute you. So I think we should give them a little time. Of course, people want to see, more prosecutions and more results. And so I'll just urge the OSP to speed up, some of these investigations and, show people that the office is still very relevant.
Should I feel frustrated and resign? In my life, when I take on the reins to do something, I do it to the best of my ability. They say I'm a unquanoma. Me de me cry about for it. Me hear the me to me. Emre swan eko. Should I feel frustrated and resign? In my life, when I take on the reins to do something, I do it to the best of my ability. Say I'm a Unquanoma. Medemecra Abba for it. Me yet ye to me. Memory swan, echo. Should I feel frustrated and resign?
Office of the Special Prosecutor has abused his powers in this matter. And I will not hesitate. I will not hesitate to say that this house, we created the office. And the Office of the Special Prosecutor, if it continues to abuse his powers, then we may have to abrogate it.
When it happens to somebody and he's complaining about it, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it happens to you, now you complain. So, Mr. Speaker, if he wants to invite the special prosecutor to come and answer why his friend, and today he's complaining because it is his friend.
Cannot continue to allocate that huge sums to the same office when we are not getting the results. This is one of the agencies we should be looking at.
Mr. Speaker, the office has been in existence for how many years now? Close to 8 years. Tell me what is really the achievement of that office. I believe that it is high time that this Parliament reconsiders its decision.
Office of the Special Prosecutor has abused his powers in this matter. And I will not hesitate. I will not hesitate to say that this house, we created the office. And the Office of the Special Prosecutor, if it continues to abuse his powers, then we may have to abrogate it.
When it happens to somebody and he's complaining about it, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it happens to you, now you complain. So, Mr. Speaker, if he wants to invite the special prosecutor to come and answer why his friend, and today he's complaining because it is his friend.
Cannot continue to allocate that huge sums to the same office when we are not getting the results. This is one of the agencies we should be looking at.
Mr. Speaker, the office has been in existence for how many years now? Close to 8 years. Tell me what is really the achievement of that office. I believe that it is high time that this Parliament reconsiders its decision to approve the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. I think that we should abolish it.
Political party that oppose the establishment of the office, the member of that political party who opposed it in the 8th Parliament, today majority leader of government business, in the wisdom of the Ghanaian people, they have given them a super majority.
We make NDC look like they are angels. Do we remember Fonka games? Friends of Nana Kuredo Adjumai is Fonka. And then the Mahama group. Do we remember what happened? To the extent that Emma, the founder's wife, got angry and she left the party. And this is problem does see you. Yeah, founder by the party. And Alan left in 2024, and all of a sudden we are pretending as if MPP at some NDC, the founder. Kuledo Adjumai Rawlings was not only the founder's wife, she was integral in the foundation of the NDC. She left the party. She formed her own party. And yet NDC have one power. So why are we pretending? Say, you see, in every organization, you need like-minded people to win. And we need 1,000. That's a 10. But we are 10. Not 10 in the. So I am not a subscriber to a group where we say that if we have negative energy, no matter what the negative energy must say, it's not true. And it's also not true that when some of your members leave your party and form a party, you will win elections. It's not true. The NDC, The year they won elections was the year they formed NDP out of it. With Zidane, Francis Esiam, and Co. We know all these things. Maybe the way I'm motivated for 2028, that's what I want all of us in this room to be motivated. Understanding that we are a human organization. We falter, we fail, we struggle, but we still have to rise up and fight. That is our job. We can't stay down forever. If they get the slightest of idea, say we are fighting, they will take advantage of our fights. And they will break us apart. But the party that was formed by our elders now, it survived violence, no? It cannot be said, say, when they go to our 10, we allow that party to fail. That cannot happen. I have seen it with my eyes. And I beg all of you, don't let what somebody is saying about another person in the same group demotivate you. No.
Na me there when the casa be brave now kind and title pan jina se o se mo ikuye no eho ban ye call primary see or say or no or the candidate or support me chairman appear could be me candidate and support but no interest say ye didi en ho atem enti or you see where we say we shouldn't denigrate others in our quest to promote our candidate. Which I think is a very, very, very profound statement.
I will say it clear. I have suffered so much because I have made it clear that I will never openly support any of them. They are Chimiwaha, the same declare in net, and now Ochina. Majumane say, maybe the Munina, and that is our assignment. Yamia aduma efina omoye omo bebrebe atemdidie bebrebe nya ebe yi no ni akoto sako ni ato samana ni ato gun ni ato powder ni adware fine ni asenata ade ni abon powder asra no na ye na kodwaman so.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ensure the general public and the Ghanaian population that this side of the house, the NDC side of the house, will continue to uphold the tenets of democracy. Mr. Speaker, we have the numbers. We could have done certain things, but we know that this Fourth Republican Constitution is a product of the National Democratic Congress.
Defense and interior. Defense and interior.
That's the motion number 30. Read it. Let's read the whole thing. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that this honorable House adopt the report of the committee. Committee on Defense and Interior on the allocation of a sum of 10 million.
Trying to overpower now. You see a number of majority MPs now still coming to help the marshals of the House to push in the minority. More majority MPs are now coming to push back the minority to occupy their seats now, and also degenerating into another scene of chaos on the floor of Parliament, and total chaos, total breakdown of order here on the floor of Parliament. Looks like looks like a scuffle between the minority MP, Honorable Stephen, who they popularly call Sticker, Stephen Amwa, there in a scuffle with another minority MP. They nearly exchange blows between each other on the floor of Parliament. This is total breakdown of law and order here on the floor of Parliament. None of the MPs will listen to the Speaker. At every now and then, an MP just flew into the air the document on
that we should not be transparent about our arguments, that this side of the House should not be heard on this matter. And I have said it's not possible. No matter how much you chant, no matter how much noise you make. In fact, even if you come and stand on my seat here, I will still state my position so that the Speaker can give his ruling. So, Mr. Speaker, the issue before you is not to challenge your ruling. It is not to challenge your ruling, because your ruling was not even about what happens when one files an appeal. Your ruling was whether or not within the 7 days you could be called upon to remove the Member of Parliament from the chamber. If you recall, that was the main issue.
I rise to second the motion, and doing so, present your committee's budget report. Mr. Speaker, I urge the Hamza department to capture entire report as having been read. Mr. Speaker, as I state my conclusion, in conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the committee therefore entreat the Ministry of Finance to uncap the entirely generating funds of the MPRA in order that the authority could open regional offices to enhance national coverage, strengthen compliance enforcement across the country, to effectively resolve all pension-related complaints across the country. Mr. Speaker, the National Labour Commission is pivotal in settlement of labor disputes in Ghana, giving it statutory mandate of ensuring compliance with labor laws and standards. Mr. Speaker, facilitating the settlement. Okay, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion.
Item number 9C is by the Minister for Energy and Green Transition. Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Energy and Green Transition is unavoidably absent, and so I crave your indulgence for his deputy, the Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, who is in the chamber, to lay the work program of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation on behalf the Deputy Minister for Lands, to lay the paper on behalf of the Minister for the Minister for.
Government is broke, The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Good Morning Ghana show. This show is live on Metro Television, and I want to say a big thanks to you for tuning into the show every Monday to Friday. We're happy to know that you're a regular, loyal viewer of the show. And in case you just joined us for the first time, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure that you've heard a lot about what happens here. It's the quality of the conversation, and so that we would make sure that we meet your expectations, basically. So my name is Aldo Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Monday morning. It's the start of the week. We hope that a new week, new hope, new everything that you wish for yourself. Today is the 15th of December 2025, and this indeed is a day the Lord has made. Indeed, we're glad in it. I want to say a big thanks to the Almighty God for keeping us alive and kicking. We're back again to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. So I'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning. It starts with a Daily Graphic. It says that Azuma Resources signs $37 million technology equipment supply deal is right here. Government ready to partner Zoomlion to drive sustainable development, according to Minister. TCDA to establish 16,000 hectare tree crop enclaves in 16 regions. GRA chases defaulting taxpayers, and there's Goldfields Dr. Kuto makes history, first woman to win mining personality. The Ghanaian Times established forensic regulatory authority to ensure scientific integrity, accountability and consistency. Experts, Daddy Lumba laid to rest at last. Government Zoomlion deepening partnership for sustainable development. Decentralization remains core to national development, according to VIB. Manning police grip for unlawful possession of firearm, narcotics, stolen items. The Daily Guide. Azuma Resources buys $37 million equipment for Black Volta project. Zen wins Best Mining Supplier Award, and there's I will ban $4.5 billion food imports. Kenny Ejapong. Edu behind the trial, 49.1 million cedis a deal. Info kept for top NS officials. According to witness, KGL Resilience, a remarkable benchmark for corporate Ghana. The Insight. SIC makes strides, records 37.45 million cedis profit after tax for 2025. Zoomlion's African expansion is Ghana's third historic wave, local government minister. Own up or have your property demolished. A couple warns Ghost developer as it cries foul of alleged police meddling in land encroachment case dispute, despite court injunctions. And there's Ghana considering agreement to send English teachers to Colombia, according to VIP. And there's small-scale miners appeal to large mining firms for support land demarcation in Prestia Huni Valley. And there's chieftaincy tensions flare at Fisi at Amasaman. Police face criticism, and the estate developer intimidates residents of Lashibi Community 18 with NDC. The Herald. Troubled Ekufuado seeks Mohammed's audience for Ken Ofori-Attah's return. Ghana must iconize Bagbin, former Kumewu MP. Azuma Resources seals $37 million equipment deal with FL Smith. This local government minister hails Zoomlion's Pan-African growth as Siao Ejapon recounts journey from Accra's Jamestown. KGL Group maintains focus on value creation. The Daily Statesman, majority leader, whip and fire, and it says over abortive anti-OSP bill. Witness, only top national security officials know purpose of 49 million cedis in Edubwa in this case. The Law Students Network gets new executives. KGL has set a benchmark for corporate Ghana. Local government minister hails Zoomlion's continental expansion. The Ghanaian Publisher. Government hails Zoomlion's African expansion. OSP bill U-turn, either incompetence or PR, according to Minority. KGL's Resilience, a remarkable benchmark for corporate Ghana. Edu behind the case, 49 million cedis info kept for NS Capos, AG witness. Jinapo urges calm in Ghana, Israel, Rao. The Custodian, Bamia NPP donates 150,000 cedis to Daddy Lumba's family. AG's witness disputes 49 million cedis charge against Edubuahin. Majority leader trapped over Mohammed's third term amid confusion. No chief can stop Bandai by-election, Northern Regional Minister warns. And as KGL's Resilience impact in 2025, a remarkable benchmark for corporate Ghana. Daily Post. ECOWAS unanimously endorses President Mahama for African Union chairmanship. And as Jospin Group builds landmark Pentecost Church for community. Bandai ran too close to call despite NTC being favorites. Global Info Analytics. Weeping Skies bid farewell to Dr. Omane Boama. All right, so that's it for the front pages of the papers that we have this morning. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. And here we go. Our guest for today, I have Professor Benedicta Yarafusu-Mensah. She is a member of the NDC's communications team, and also Rabi Salifu. She is also Deputy Director of the Deputy Director of Communications for the NPP as well. So stay with us, and these are some of the key issues that we'll be looking at. So there's Parliament in turmoil. The chaos follows the disputes over the vacant Bandai seat, with former Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia accusing the House of undermining democratic norms. And also Abutri case arrest. Ghanaian authorities working with the U.S. agencies have detained one Frederick Kumi, better known online as Abutrika in Swedru. The U.S. indictment accuses him of leading a romance scam network that defrauds elderly Americans of more than $8 million since 2023. An anti-corruption activist and lawyer, Oliver Barker-Vormawor, publicly declared that he's ready to defend Abutrik unless the United States also extradites former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, who is wanted in Ghana over the controversial SML, that's a strategic minerals, so strategic mobilization deal. All right, so we'll find out whether Oliver Barker-Vormawor has a legitimate case here. All right, so stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Don't go anywhere.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
Ghana for me
chichia woni nara me din e de baby da pa me de ade sonko kra na ebremo nya ode to aduane mo ama waduane e de pa na me de bremo eno any some spices dey ebu wa wo bebre o various flavors ubenya eya akoko ubenya nantwie ye de ku jollof mu ma emu ye de ubenya ne de ku nkwan ye de ku froye mu ho na ko pebito na ema waduane enye de unyiminia ye nkon ye konko tie nyankofo eka
Autant de communication, we all enjoy Uduba, that Samu spices. What in the essence, don't fight. I'm going to get it. Samu spices in a Sabi, Daddy, so say. Samu spices, Moon Samu.
Samu spices, Nyama chicken.
Samu spices.
In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Fodobebre.
Samu spices, yes, Saka.
FDRJ Jadien Kratoyatum.
Ante Saba, and one more dinner, and came Guana Moba.
Oh, who said, and I made the Asamesio. Canny pan, Nasana, Mishiana, what me. A drain I didn't quano. Kingdom garlic bitters.
No benefit him.
Me benefit wine. Also, what told dear?
Abrewa, the smama, Abrente, Mishuve. One antique a crana wabre. No Kingdom garlic bitters, and in the capsules. Nanya, what ya brebia.
Kingdom garlic bitters, and the capsules.
Assembia, you.
A devil when Amawani, I say. Send your name, wife, company one personal. Kingdom ginseng power capsules, and tea. Say, see, I'm password.
Kingdom ginseng power capsules. Emeni chienya sumdie befi abrebia. Obebia o de poa haw no. Edro ba kupa wuhia ne tremendous capsules. Tremendous capsules. Esiesie wu ma wo ye obesima. Enro yi wo benya bi wo bebia ye ton nro bia. Kingdom herbal, no challenger.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not able to.
It's like a scandal now. You are using it to spread grandma like that.
Spread grandma.
4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, Kojo, why? Do you want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no. It's a regular 100 cedis I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu, why? Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her.
Hello?
Amma, why?
What are you saying?
Appliances for grandma, no. Why?
Hey, it's not me, oh.
Assembly, critical.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hey, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma know the joke, the luckiest. If they do me 5 pounds per year. When I buy ticket 100 cedis, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gift.
Hey, sir! Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cedis, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins. Even Granny Cash.
The festive season is here again, and your most preferred estate partner is giving you 25% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Bronya Asase promo, Estate Masters is offering this massive discount for outright purchases. This includes free indenture, free site plan, and a free site visit. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and secure a plot of land while it is still hot. Reach out to us using the numbers below or visit our website at www.estatemastersgh.com. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Bushels Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243 272 753 or 055 282 0211.
Afishapao! Merry Christmas, everyone. I am Mrs. Millie Tracy Nkem Mallet, President of Association of Nigerian Women in Ghana. On Saturday, 20th December, it's gonna be hot for all the African countries. Let me tell you guys something. We Nigerians gonna win. I urge everybody, anywhere you are on Saturday, I want all of you to be at Metro TV. North Reach. I can't wait to see all the beautiful faces to come and test the Nigerian jollof and the Nigerian moi moi.
You're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. That's on your radio dial. So please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the Good Morning Ghana show is now on radio, and so they can follow the conversation on your radio dial 94.1 FM. Now, the Jollof Party is coming off. The Jollof Party, that's Metro TV's Jollof Festival, is happening live here on the premises of Metro Television. I know you're a lover of jollof. I mean, Ghanaians love their jollof. There's no doubt about it. Ghanaians love their jollof. And so, as part of celebrating the Yuletide season, also giving back to our, our community, and of course, persons who, I'll call them loyal fans who are always watching this show, and we're inviting all of you to the premises of Metro Television to come wine and dine with us for the Metro TV's Jollof Festival. It's happening just a Saturday, and I can tell you that there's a lot that's happening. So we're going to have reps from Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and of course, Ghanaians will be here. So we're going to slug it out as to who cooks the best jollof. Yes, who cooks the best jollof. So it's happening on the 20th of December here on the Metro TV premises. And they were talking about 5 embassies, I've told you already: Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and Senegal. The thing I like about the Senegal bits is that, the whole jollof concept is something that we borrow from Senegal. There's a tribal group. In fact, there's a tribe in Senegal called the Wolofs. That's like their favorite food. And so that's the origin of the whole jollof concept. Of course, Ghanaians have taken over, and it appears that we do the best jollof in Africa, especially, let me say, in West Africa. And we become a toast of all the West African countries. And they say, Ghana jollof is the best. Ghana jollof tastes much, much better than all the other West African countries. And so, well, the four other countries that will be joining us have an opportunity to prove or to disprove our hypothesis that Ghana Jollof is the best. So it's the Metro TV Jollof Festival is happening on the 20th of December. Christmas is around the corner, and Christmas starts here at Metro Television. So it's free entry, and if you are a vendor or you know a vendor who would want to participate in this, I'm talking about somebody who runs a restaurant and he or she is known for making one of the best jollofs in town, please tell the person that they have an opportunity to come and showcase what it is that they have in store for Ghanaians here. So please call the number 0243 272 753, 0243 272 753, 0243 272 753. So it's the Jollof Festivals. I'll say, come one, come all. Let me give you another number, actually. There's another number which is 055 282 0211. 055 282 0211. So, Metro TV Jollof Festival. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Back in the day, 10, 15, 20 years ago, when events have been organized, say, be there or be squared. Those were in the 90s when we used to chill small. These days we slow down a little bit. Yeah, we slow down a little bit. Anyway, so my guests are here, and I love Mondays for a reason. Our women we adore them. We have a lot of respect for them. Without women, we wouldn't be anywhere. They're very special to us, and so when they appear on the show Mondays, it makes all of us happy. So, Professor Benedicta Nyarah-Fosu-Mensah is a member of the NDC's communications team. She's here with us. Good morning, Prof. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. I keep saying that it's my singular honor and privilege to be sandwiched, not as in literally, amongst two very intelligent and beautiful women. Aren't I lucky? Yes, you are. And my other sister, Rabi, is here. She's Hajia Rabi Salifu. She is also Deputy Director of Communications for the NPP. Hajia.
Moro.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Yadi.
Alhamdulillah.
Yakwana.
Lafia. Yanzu muka kamar ba mutum ba zama.
Ba mutum ba ko.
Amma ka taba interview now.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. One lokaci na kira ki, I think it had to do with some happiness within your party. She na kira, I think it was Richard Anyaba. She got me where you're the best person to comment on that. Yeah. Let's get na kira ki, I think you were. Yes, you obliged. Yes, you obliged, and I think we did a Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes, on the Saturday show, which is Inside Pages. Yes, that's true. I think since then, and then the Moka Fira Shikeda.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. And now we're meeting in person.
Yes.
Anyway, we're not staging any coup d'état. She asked that since our last conversation, digitally or virtually, we haven't. Had the opportunity to talk. I said, yes, that's true, because we both have been busy. And I tried to remind her the circumstances under which that interview came on. And she said, yes, she recalls. And so we did a Zoom, interview on Inside Pages. My Inside Pages is on Saturdays here on Metro Television. Now, if you never tuned into that show before, you're missing out big time. Inside Pages is massive, it's big. It starts from 8 and ends at 10. So it's just 2 hour. But intellectually stimulating. It's a fantastic show. So please join Michael and his team on Saturdays from 8 to 10 as they dissect and dig deep into the issues that have happened in the course of the week. So that's Inside Pages on a Metro Television. So it's good to see her again. Prof, I'm also seeing you for the first time.
Yes.
Physically.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
At some point, if we have time, I'd want us to, that's if we have time at some point. In fact, it's not going to be our first topic, but at some point, I'd want us to reflect on some lessons that we can learn from the the Charles Kojofosu, Daddy Lumba's story. Perhaps we'll do that at the tail end of the show.
So interestingly,
I know.
I actually wanted to do my opening with his story. So
oh, really?
Yes, when you look at very interesting.
Oh, I see.
So when you look at my opening guide, because you know it's been a very busy weekend.
I know.
His funeral,
and
then the Jackson Parks event that is for late minister. May they are so rest in peace.
That's true.
So actually, when I was putting myself together, researching, I said, "Oh, it's been a very busy weekend and controversial one."
Right.
So it's good.
I would implore upon you to hold on with that, and I can assure you that at least at the tail end of the show, we'll talk about it. It's a very interesting conversation because there's lots of lessons in there that are both, I believe, that both men and women can learn from the Daddy Lumba story. You know, there's this trite wisdom, I'll call it. There's this very popular wisdom that a lot of people have been sharing, which is that if you don't learn from the mistakes of the dead, then something is wrong with you. You know, and so it's a conventional wisdom that we all take lessons from. Anyway, so we'll look at that. That I can assure you, Rabi Ajay Rabi would look at that.
Certainly.
But I want us to start with the story on. Well, first of all, how have you been? I mean, how is it? Where do you lecture? First of all, are you still into lecturing?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you lecture?
The University of Ghana.
Oh, okay. What course do you lecture?
Environmental science.
Oh, environmental science. Wow. I'm sure that I'm sure that in one of your lectures, the issue of Galamsey and things have come up.
Oh, as for Galamsey issue, we discussed it over and over. I mean,
in class, that's what I mean.
Oh yes, I mean, you can't do with environmental science without talking about environmental degradation, which is also one of the topics that I teach.
Except that in our case, it's taking a bit of the what has always been the case. It's just the politics of it, and that's why we're struggling to.
I think until we handle it as terrorism, we may not be able to really fight this illegal mining. It's a serious issue, but if we just see it as an ordinary thing, it's maybe very difficult to deal with it. So.
All right. So let's start with this Abutrika, the young man who, the Sweden-based young man who was arrested, must have been late at the latter part of last week, and some of the issues that have come up. Now, there already has been some calls which have been made, and we would ask whether those calls that have been made are legitimate calls or legitimate demands on our part. As Ghanaians, we look at those calls. In fact, that's for me is the meat of the matter. As for what the gentleman has done or has not done, his arrest and the subsequent, litigation of the matter in court, because the matter will be litigated in the U.S. court quite clearly, and so his guilt or innocence would be determined, and in that law court. But we also have an interest as a country, and we're saying that this is the best time, we have the best opportunity to follow up with that interest, and our interest is Ken Ofori-Atta. Okay. And so if you look at today's Herald newspaper, because the Herald newspaper has a very interesting angle to this story. Now, the Herald is reporting that it says trouble the Akufo-Addo seeks Mohammed's audience for Ken Ofori-Atta's return, and it is it's on page 3 of the paper. They were told the Herald has gathered that former President Nana Akufo-Addo is deeply distressed by the growing controversy surrounding his cousin, former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, over matters arising from his nearly 8-year tenure at the Finance Ministry. The ex-president is demanding a special passage when the man, once regarded as a financial wizard, arrives at Kotoka International Airport to confront his many skeletons. According to sources, the former president wants Mr. Ofori-Atta, who has been in the U.S. since February this year, on claims of a medical condition related to his kidney, to immediately return to Ghana to perform or to personally address the allegations, particularly those being pursued by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Insiders say Mr. Akufo-Addo believes that the ongoing allegations are tarnishing the family name and undermining the legacy of his administration, and insists that his cousin should return home to face the law and prove his innocence. Family sources further reveal that the former president has been shocked and even embarrassed by reports alleging procurement breaches, abuse of public office, and violations of procurement and criminal laws potentially involving substantial sums of public funds and irregular state contracts. Despite the controversy, the former president is seeking a safe passage for Mr. Ofori-Atta upon his return to Ghana from the United States, with no state action to publicly humiliate him by arresting and detaining him upon arrival at Kotoka International Airport. Interestingly, the Herald understands that Mr. Ofori-Atta remains in frequent contact with family and close associates and continues to oversee his private business interests, including enterprise insurance, transition funeral homes, and Databank Financial Services, among others. Sources close to the matter indicate that former President Akufo-Addo is considering approaching President John Dramani Mahama to seek assurances of the safe passage for Mr. Ofori-Atta. However, Jubilee House insiders tell the Herald that although President Mahama has not yet been approached, he firmly believes that the law must be allowed to take its full course and is therefore unwilling to enter into any arrangement with the former president regarding his cousin. The president is opposed to granting the safe passage sought. Additionally, some officials within the Mahama administration also hold the position that Mr. Ofori-Atta must first account for and, where necessary, refund any state funds allegedly acquired during his tenure before any discussions can be entertained. So that's one aspect of this matter. But let's talk about this briefly, and then we can relate that to the Abu Trika matter. But this is what the Herald is reporting. I'll start with you. Ajay, what do you make of this report by today's Herald? And whether you think that it would actually be a good move if the former president intends to have a tete-a-tete with John Mahama, so that Ken Ofori-Atta is given the best of, treatment when and if he decides to come to Ghana.
Good morning to you again.
All right.
Professor. We have always sat like this, and by the close of the...
You fight.
She gets quite uncomfortable with the truth. She normally would get quite uncomfortable with the truth, but it's fine. That is the essence of conversations of this kind.
Right.
And then, yes, of course, when you say it's as it should be said, sometimes, especially when the tables turn. One interesting thing I've also learned about, or I've experienced about comms in opposition and comms in power, is that when you are communicating in opposition, you see things much different from when you are communicating in power.
Yeah.
But what makes it most beautiful is the fact that the same persons we sat here with to talk about issues, and very interestingly, very similar issues, things that we spoke about on Galamsey, arguments we held on election results, arguments we held on fraud, internet fraud and all, are revisiting. And now it is not us doing the defense, but the probing. So it makes it very nice and then quite easy for referencing, because you can equally just say, Prof, but do you remember you said ABC and what has changed?
Okay.
And it's so nice when you meet same sisters, same faces, to probe and to repeat all that they actually said. But that is not to preempt that she would deny or she would shift the goalpost. That's not that. Okay. I'm not just being naughty. I'm telling you what normally happens from the commencement of my media engagement actively after our defeat.
Right.
Moro, for me, it's an issue of putting Ghana first. Now, what is the situation? Ken Ofori-Atta is not in the country. We are told he is unwell. We have seen the correspondence between the SP, we communicators speaking on his behalf, and his lawyers, of course, communicating to the country. I do appreciate and admit that a lot of Ghanaians want us to get to the end of this case. And I personally want us to actually approach it, get it done. If we are going to court, let's get to court. Let's get what the legal processes will be. Let's listen to the highest body in terms of judgment, and let's see who will be proven wrong or right, or who will be held guilty. Now, nobody, including all of us here, would be very happy to see a Ghanaian looting the state's money. After all, that is why we have the directive state principle policy to check all that the government is doing on economic, education, social, gender, all the aspects or all the organs of the government. All these bodies are not established and backed by the Constitution for nothing. It's for what? For the essence of getting the public coffers protected. Organs like Chiraj, and even we ourselves as individuals having to self-check ourselves to see when we have been given the mandate of leadership, what we are supposed to do. Now, this report, I don't want to say it's a speculation, but it is an issue that is being reported. And with that report, if I want to go by what we are reading today, I would say yes. If, and my point is if, the end of that conversation, or maybe negotiation, or agreement would be in the benefit of Ghana, then it will be good for us to go that way. Because what will be the point? Getting a statesman like him, getting an ex-minister of this country being prejudiced, being called names, or getting the public opinion or public court saying all manner of things when in actual sense, no trial, no investigation, no interrogation. So for me, if it is the ultimate or the most applicable and result-oriented way of going by this situation, we all will be very happy to have that. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is one person that I know would be bold enough and would be interested to say, look, let's look at it this way. After all, he is not saying he's going to talk to President Mahama to just allow Ken Ofori-Atta to go without being investigated. I don't think that's what he's pushing for. He only wants some level of approach, some kind of approach. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not in his head as I speak, but I want to believe it's for issues like what we saw in the case of Hanan, what we saw in the case of Honorable Mustafa Hamid, what we saw or we are still seeing in the case of many appointees of our government. We are not saying don't do the legal processes, don't take them to court, but be mindful. Be mindful of inciting the public wrongly against individuals. And for me, commenting on this, I would say if it will be the ultimate for Ghana to be the winner, then we must go that way.
Do you think that there's any basis for anybody to be apprehensive about the possibility of Ken Ofori-Atta being ill-treated if he decides to touch down for to basically face the music?
But
because quite clearly from what the story is telling us, it appears that the former president has some concerns, some concerns. I don't want to use he fears.
It's not fears.
But he has some concerns about what could possibly happen to Ken if Ken comes to face accountability. I mean, do you think that there's any basis for the former president to harbor those concerns?
Well, I'm just saying probably he's taking the cue from how other cases have been handled in this country.
Right.
Because we saw every citizen, guilty or not guilty, or until proven guilty, has some level of right in terms of arrest. That is where we have lawful and unlawful arrests. And when you go into the details, our criminal law or the Act 29, I've forgotten which specific section would that be, but would tell you, or in an attempt to paraphrase, would tell you even the person or a criminal has the right to be informed why the police or the investigative body is picking you. They don't have to malhandle you because they perceive you to be such. And all other human dignifying approach or respect should be given to you. So maybe, just maybe he is just prompting that or telling us that, look, this is a man who is not well. This is a man whom we have seen in this country as somebody who started so well until this noise. This is a man who has children and relatives. So yes, when Abuga Pele, when Juliet, what's her name? Was it Salassi Ibrahim or Juliet? The bus branding issue.
Oh, that's Salassi Ibrahim.
Salassi Ibrahim.
Yes.
When all these names, Tamaklu, when all these names came up, I don't think any of these persons was or were humiliated. So he's just saying yes, given what we are seeing, given how the AG would even handle the whole case. Coming on media. We are not saying don't comment on the issue, but don't as well prejudice. Don't incite the public. This is basically what we are saying. And I strongly believe that is just what President Nana Addo Dankwa. Somebody may be tempted to say he is afraid, he is what? Are you monsters? Are you to govern or you are to harass? If you are even thinking he's afraid, then what becomes your plan then? What is it that you are harboring that he will be scared of? What is it that you are planning that he would have gotten hint of? Moral. So if the NDC comes to tell us he's probably scared or he's afraid, really? Is that the way to govern? Is that what you have planned? So for me, yes, it is good to give heads up. That look, the gentleman will come back. But when he comes back, it's good for us to go through the legal process to the end. If he is guilty, if he is to pay some damages, we all will see the judgment, and the end shall justify the means. I don't know if you want me to tie that to Tricker's issue, or I should just...
that in.
All right.
I wanted us to look at the
just struggling to get the constitution.
The Herald story first, and then would relate that to the Abu Trika matter. But before you bring in Prof, let me just take this breather. It's very brief. That's why it's a breather. So you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. I want you to...
Start your kids' day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354. Also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
In a world where everything is connected, your business's security is only as strong as its weakest link. The growing threat of cybercrime has become an unescapable reality. In 2025 alone, the projected cost of cybercrime is expected to grow to $10 trillion globally, with small-medium businesses disproportionately targeted. Cyber threats have become increasingly sophisticated, widespread, and invisible, placing unequipped organizations at risk of massive damages in a matter of seconds. Meet Virtual InfoSec Africa, Ghana's Tier 1 certified managed security service provider. We don't just monitor threats, we predict, prevent, and respond 24/7. At Virtual InfoSec Africa, we deliver bold and cost-effective cybersecurity solutions tailored to your organization's size and complexity. Whether you're a startup or a national institution, our services scale with your needs. We offer 24/7 SOC monitoring, early warning threat intelligence, managed detection and response, digital forensics and incident response, and predictive analysis and threat hunting. From endpoint protection to dark web forensics, we secure every layer of your digital ecosystem. Why wait for a breach to act? Join the ranks of high institutions who trust Virtual InfoSec Africa to secure their future. Start your 3-month free trial of our early warning threat intelligence platform today. For more inquiries, contact 055-689-2086 or visit our website at www.virtualinfosecafrica.com.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson,
Me didn't tum. Mr. Femi Kakalika, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Femi once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the action. Me did Sasso spray. Mr. Femi Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasa Nunya.
Come tum preko.
Ama, nansi mi general well-being enko ye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se me nyo basi makura. Ama me kunu ni me into kwankwa. Oyiwa. Enye mo ko. Give us JC lecture and in the capsules. Aye num boom. And what some na more kana. A boa emma any meme nyina. Ne ma wo ba ye obesima. Na be ma so aye be masima. Ya, we be boa wo kunu. Ama ne giant sa wo de hye ne botum. Na wanyinya na ninti sese ni wo yi chopwa. GC mixture and then a capsule.
A pin for a batter, one more menu for one and Quadawi if you do me.
Are you a public sector worker dreaming of owning your own home but worried about the upfront cost? At Rehoboth Havens, we've made home ownership not only possible but simple, affordable, and convenient. For the first time, you can own your own home with no physical deposit required. Through our partnership with reputable Ghanaian banks, your Provident Fund becomes your deposit, making the process smooth and stress-free. After that, you simply pay the balance through an affordable mortgage with monthly installments designed to fit your income. With mortgage rates as low as 15% and a repayment period of up to 20 years, securing your future home has never been easier. And the best part, every Ghanaian worker deserves a decent home. Own your 2-bedroom home today, starting from just 675,000 Ghana cedis, or upgrade to our executive 3 and 4 bedrooms, all on Sweet Homes, even for more space, comfort, and luxury. Rehoboth Havens is located in the serene hills of Ayimensa Damfa, offering breathtaking views of the Pediasi Ebri Mountains. Here, you are not just buying a house, you are joining a secure gated community designed for peace, privacy, and comfortable family living. Say goodbye to land litigation, building stress, and construction delays. Say hello to your own home. Move-in ready and free from legal complications. Secure your retirement now. For more information, call us today at +233 55 375 1933 or +233 20 682 3524. Rehoboth Social Housing. Your housing dream becomes reality.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini, who be here, Samacha Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, and maniswing, Nesansu Mama Hoto so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel. Happy Smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello? Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not.
It's like a scandal now. You are using it to spread grandma like that.
Spread grandma?
4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, Kojo, why? Do you want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a referral 100 cedis I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu, why?
Atu,
why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her.
Hello?
Amma, why?
What are you saying?
Appliances for grandma, no. Why?
Hey, it's not me, oh.
Assembly, critical.
Let's call grandma.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hey, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma know the joke, the luckiest. If they do me 5 and 5 years. When I buy ticket 100 cedis, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gifts.
Hey, sir! Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cedis, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins. Even Granny Cash.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Boshills Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243 272 753 or 055 282 0211.
So Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're showing. Hello, Ghana. A rollicking experience is about to happen at the Metro TV station on the 20th of December this year, and it is the Jollof Festival. I want everyone, and I implore everyone to be part of this experience. Never before. Amanziba says so, and I will be here to rep. Thank you, Ghana. Bless.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is live on 94.1 FM. I'm here with two distinguished ladies who have joined the conversation this morning. So there's Hajia Rabi Salifu, who is a Deputy Director of Communications of the NPP, and also Professor Benedicta Yaira Fosu-Mensah. She's a member of the MDC's communications team as well. So, Prof, you were about to give me your take on the Herald newspaper's angle about the former president's considering approaching John Dramani Mahama to talk about how to handle or to manage Ken Ofori-Attah's return to Ghana if indeed he has to return. What do you make of the Herald story?
Well, good morning first to our cherished viewers, and good morning to my sister Rabia. I was just asking her how it feels to be in opposition. I'm sure she's taking things easy, but more to speak to the issue, I think it's a non-starter.
Okay.
A non-starter for a former president to meet a sitting president to have a discussion over a high case profile like Ken Ofori-Attah's case. Ghana, we always say that it's not or would not be a safe haven for any criminal or cyber criminal. And so we expect that other countries should also not be a safe haven for anybody that is being sought to come and account for his or her stewardship. And for that matter, with the case of Ofori-Attah, his stewardship to the people. I was just really wondering what His Excellency, the former president, wants to discuss with John Dramani Mahama. As I indicated, it is a non-starter because this is a man who is not, I will not say he's guilty, but we are not seeking for his accountability just as a government, but also as a nation.
Okay.
This was a man who really hurt a lot of people, talking about the domestic exchange program.
Right.
Today, there are people at the other side, as the NPP, arguing that he's sick, he's gone to seek medical care, and so should be allowed to treat himself before that. I've just really wondered, when Ken Ofori-Attah was collapsing banks, when Ken Ofori-Attah dipped his hand in the pocket of people who are on pension, people who worked hard, saved some money, made investment to pay for their medical bills, people who were sick and were relying on these monies that they invested in government bond to cure their ailments or to buy medication, whether he really cared about these people when he decided to take these people's money in this whole saga of domestic exchange program. Did he bother? He never bothered. Why should we Ghanaians today be worried that Ken Ofori-Attah is not well, and for that matter, he should not be allowed to come and account for his stewardship to us? Remember, this was the same man who said that, look, he's not going to take any payment for his work. At a point when we say, look, his own people, the NPP MP, said, look, enough is enough. We want Ken, and Ken must go. He did not want to go. Why didn't he want to go? At a point where his own people felt that, look, you are hurting us. You are hurting the government at that time. You are hurting Ghanaians. We want you to go. He said no, he would not go. And the president did not even see it necessary at that time to advise his cousin that, look, I would have loved you to end the term with me. But looking at the things and the indicators, we feel that you should step aside. He didn't see the need. He supported him and allowed him to go to the 8-year tenure. Now today, we want Ken Foriata to come and enter his stewardship, and he wants to go and see his President Dramani Mahama to discuss what? To discuss leniency, to discuss his health. What about the people in cells? I mean, we're just talking at the background when Rabi made a statement like we should go and put the cells in order for him to come. I mean, that is not the point. The point is that...
Don't quote me wrongly. It was in context.
The point is that...
Prof, it was in context.
Something she was waiting correct.
Can I...
No, it's very...
No, just a second.
It's very...
Let's see if what she's about to say...
So why can't... So wait, let me finish and then she can come and reply.
Otherwise, by the time you land,
you would have distorted my information.
So what is it that you want to correct?
Yes, so I am correcting a blatant lie.
Okay.
She is distorting what I said.
Okay.
I don't want to say she is just saying untruth, but sincerely.
Okay.
It is. I just have to be measured, but she's actually distorted the whole conversation. So we were talking off camera. Then she said, if he's ill, what is the problem? Can't the cells accommodate him? And if he had worked on the same space, then I said, look, wait. It's not even about working on it. Currently, I have visited people in the BNI, though I haven't gone in the cells, but they came out to tell me that, look, inside there is not accommodative enough. I don't know how bad, because I haven't been there.
Right.
I have listened to people speak about our police cells.
Okay.
Iyoko cells and all that. So I was just passing it in a conversation that, look, even for us to be able to avoid all this, how do we call it? What word do I use? To avoid the hesitance of wanting to get into that, then it's good to even keep them in shape always.
Okay.
And that is not for one individual. She even asked me, are some human beings better than others? I said, no, far from that.
Right.
What I am telling you is that for the betterment of all of us,
okay,
I don't see it to be any big deal for the police or BNI or IECO to call me to listen to me on an issue.
Okay.
But if it is not accommodative, it's just an issue that we need to fix as a country.
Okay.
And that is just in a person. So if she wants to twist anything, she shouldn't twist when I'm by her.
All right, Prof.
Because I'll correct her.
I hope it was the same thing she said earlier.
What Rabi said isn't different from what I said.
Okay.
You said it differently. You said
you were in power for 8 years.
Okay.
And you just lost power 12 months ago.
Right.
And you are saying that the BNI cells or our prisons are not conducive. And so there's a need for us to look at this situation or to look at the condition and then put them in a better shape. And I am saying that whilst, yes, I acknowledge that our cells are not good enough, there are people in cells. You were in power. You could have done things better if you knew, or if you are now seeing that.
But you are here to reset, so we can reset it if we couldn't do it.
Why didn't you do it in 8 years? And you are now saying that their cells are not good enough, and so we need to, create the space more conducive because people have gone there and have come out and said it is not good, and so we need to do something. All I am saying is that there are people in cells today. Today, if you go to Nsawam, yes, we acknowledge that the cells are not conducive enough, but there are people there. And you cannot say that a minister, and for that matter, a finance minister, somebody who held the purse of the public, is today running away because we feel that our BNI cells are not conducive enough. And so the former president will want to see the sitting president to discuss modalities, to discuss how Ken should be handled, well, if he comes or what. Is that what we are saying? We are talking about people who have gone through pain. In fact, there are people who died because they could not afford BP medication. They could not afford diabetic medication because what they saved to take care of their health was taken away from them. People died because of suffering. People died because they could not bear the pain of coming to sit home after, working in banks, and their banks were collapsed. Because some of them, when you look at the circumstance at which these banks were collapsed, you could see that it was solely politically motivated. And this was a man who was in charge of our affair. Today we are saying what? Ken should be handled softly. Ken should be allowed to treat himself. Even if it will take 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, he should be allowed to treat himself. I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He's a listening president. He's a man who will fight corruption, and anyone, even if it is his own relative, he will not shield the person. And I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a man of integrity. He's a man who will fight for the voiceless, the people who have no representative, the people who, I don't know the word to use, but to just say that the ordinary Ghanaian, he will fight for these individuals. And so he would not shield anyone, even his own appointee. And as I say, even a member of his family, if he commit crime, he will let the person face the full rigors of the law. And so the former president trying to meet His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, it will wash. Whatever he says there, he sends there would not, because Ghanaians are watching and watching very well. A lot of people were hurt by Ken's action and inaction. There are people who have suffered. And so if you are saying justice, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama would not condone selective justice. There are people who today are in court for various crimes or accusations, and the same way Ken would also have to come and account for his stewardship. I mean, for me, I don't think it's a big deal. They gave us a timeline that was somewhere March this year that he was coming, and since then it's been one story upon another. I think if Ken himself knew he did not commit any crime, he should come and account for the people. There are former finance ministers who are in Ghana. A number of them, I can name them. And so I don't see the reason why he should be running away from accountability if indeed he claimed that he did not commit any crime. I mean, there are a number of things that we can point out. How the more he borrowed, the more his data bank made more money. Some of the things, including the SML contract, that people think that was just a deliberate attempt, to loot public funds. I think this was a very good opportunity for him to clear his name, because you see, this issue is not just about him, but it may linger on and may even affect his children's children. And so I think that, for me, if I were him, it would be a very great opportunity, to come and clear your name than trying to hide and trying to delay the case or prolong the case with the hope that, NDC will go out of power and then they come and water things down the drain. I think Ghanaians would not forgive NDC if Ken is left off the hook. And so going to see Mahama is a non-starter, and I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a man of integrity, and he will not condone, because everybody have seen how this man have treated us with so much pain.
Now speaking about Ken himself actually been turning up in Ghana for the entire process, you know that there's been some mixed reactions. There have been there are two schools of thought. In fact, I've heard the likes of Kofi Mental, who's the vice president of Imani, actually arguing forcefully that, in his view, Ken should not even come to Ghana. he thinks that the OSP, as the OSP has done recently, the OSP should go ahead and prosecute the matter in court, and then Ken Ofori-Atta can deal with the outcome of the judgment, of the ruling, of the decision, of the court. Because I'm told that even in law, there's a difference between a ruling and a judgment. I'm told there's a difference. And that the lower courts, you say ruling, right? Supreme Court say judgments. The lawyers are here.
I'm still a student lawyer.
A friend of mine, lawyer, was telling me that there's a difference, except that we use it interchangeably. But in view or given that argument which is being forcefully canvassed by the likes of Kofi Bentil, would you, Haji Rabiu, say that, look, and he one of his arguments is that, one, the matter can be tried in absentia.
Yeah, that's the
His second reason is that he says he's looked at how the entire processes have gone so far, have panned out so far. He's not convinced that Ken Ofori-Atta will be treated, will be accorded all the rights that he deserves as a citizen of this country. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those are the two key reasons two key reasons that he gives for why Ken should not even come to Ghana at all. Let me use this opportunity to pick your thoughts on that. Whether you're of the view that, look, if Ken honestly truly believes that he is innocent, he should come and face the music. Or you think that based on what Kofi Bentil has said, you're in full force with what Kofi Bentil has said, which is stay in America, don't come to Ghana again and allow the case to be tried in absentia. Where do you stand on this?
Moro, you see, I want to take your mind and our viewers' mind a little back.
Okay.
Sometime 2022, if I'm right. I don't know if you remember that particular budget reading when Ken Ofori-Atta came with the face all swollen. Okay. With his skin complexion completely changed.
Yeah.
You remember?
True, I remember.
We all...
And at the time, we were all worried. We were asking what was wrong with him.
We all were so worried.
Yes.
At that time, we said he should have stayed to take care of himself. At that same time, I was one of the people who felt and said openly that he should be allowed to step aside. Why were we saying that? Because we felt his ill condition wasn't one that should be allowed in the public space. We all were showing empathy at that time. Secondly, Moro, personally, and also my party, and His Excellency former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo are people who believe in the constitutional position of this country. And that we wouldn't encourage anybody staying away from public investigation. That's not what we are saying. And if Prof will come with me, all the public statements we have made, none of us has come publicly to say Ken would not come to be heard. Otherwise, wouldn't to me have been to the Yoko court? Hanan has been there. A lot more others have been there. Nobody is saying they are not coming. We have a whole legal structure in our party that is interested in going the legal way. And we are saying if the man is of good health condition, he would come and get all these processes done. You spoke about rights as Kofi Bentil was, and I'll also go and touch on his position as well. It's not he alone thinking that way. A lot more Ghanaians taking some key pointers from the posturing we got from the Attorney General, from his behavior, conduct, towards cases that were yet to even be heard in court, puts us in a position where we don't have that required confidence in his style or capacity in terms of approaching these legal cases. It is purely legal. You are inviting the man. Now, you listen to communicators from the other side saying he's a criminal, he has taken money. Now, if I ask Prof to even prove the money she said, I noted it, that he has taken money of bondholders and all that. Yes, there were policy decisions which I did admit in this hall that could have been done better, or those decisions could have been done otherwise. But yes, it happened. That is, after all, why we even lost the election. One of the reasons, isn't it? So yes, if you can't prove it, don't even say it. Wait, we are not saying the man will not come, but you should be mindful, one, of inciting the public wrongly. You should be mindful that you are guided by a constitution called the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. And more, I'll take you on Article 15. I'm so much interested in 15.2, but I'll start from 15.1. It says the dignity of all persons shall be inviolable. 15.2 says what? No person shall, whether or not he is arrested, but someone will say, don't use a sexist language, so I will say he or she is arrested, restricted or detained in subject to A, torture or other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. Right. B, any other condition that detract or is likely to detract from his dignity and worth as a human being. Right. Then on and on till he talks about a person who has not been convicted of a crime or criminal offense shall not be treated as a convicted person and shall be kept separately from convicted persons. Now, what we are saying is that if you hurriedly start calling this man a criminal, you're already exposing him to be treated, to be handled. And look, we all are Ghanaians, very discerning people, of course, and we do have people who believe in what we sit on television to say. We have a lot of people who believe in leadership, who listens to what our leaders are saying. But for we Ghana, choosing not to want to continue on sustainable terms, government or transition bodies were ideally or are supposed to always come together to jointly think. Being in opposition doesn't mean we should just come and sit here and see everything wrong with the NDC. No. Then we would have also been a failed body after all. So we are saying that why people like President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo would want to have these conversations is to quickly remind, among other reasons, that we have a constitution that speaks about how we should handle each other until the person is proven guilty. Right. Nobody says don't listen to him. Nobody is advocating that Ken shouldn't go to court or Ken shouldn't be invited or arrested. No. And in the case of trial in absentia and all that, yes, these are legal requirements, and if the need be, somebody will ask. I read from somebody who was saying, though will come there to the Abu Trika case, that if the US is able to trace their criminals everywhere in the globe, why can't Ghana do that? We have supporting system to do that. So I think we should focus more on the issues. We should look at better ways of getting results than just prejudicing, just jumping to conclusion. Emotions, yes. Wrong is wrong. But until proven guilty, we shouldn't also humiliate individuals in this country. Yeah.
All right.
Can I make a quick one? I think Rabbi, when Rabbi says that the former president is going to see the certain president to remind.
I say maybe see him to remind, because I'm not sure of what he's going to do.
Why would you even want to
he didn't
kind of think
this is
or try to imagine what he's going to tell the president?
You did.
I mean, he's going to remind him. Our laws are there to guide us. Was it not the same institutions that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo operated with when he was in power? Why would he today want to go and remind a certain president of the constitution, of the law? I mean, why would you even say this? So and again, she made statements like, we are inciting the public.
You are.
Why would we incite the public? The public
even the
are there to judge things for themselves. Okay. Those who went through the DDEP, those who experienced the 54% inflation, people who, you know, you take your salary and about half is used to buy fuel to go to. People who experience these things are there to judge things for themselves. I don't think NDC, and for that matter, communicators, are here to incite the public. We are not lawyers, neither are we judges to judge Ken Ofori-Atta. Nobody is saying that he is guilty. We are saying that come and account for your stewardship. That is all we are saying. That is all Ghanaians are saying. That okay. Ken Ofori-Atta, you were the public, you kept our public pace. Come and account to us how you effectively kept the public pace. Come and tell us things you did. It's just a stewardship accountability we are asking for, nothing too much. And so if you sit here and say that we are inciting the public, I think that's below the belt. Nobody is inciting the public, and nobody is saying that Ken is guilty until he is proven. But the question is, why is he hiding? Why is he running away? Why is he not coming? They told us he was coming since March this year. We are in December. Why is he not coming? Why is the president trying to go and rob the back of the? Why is the former president now going to try and rob the back of the certain president for his cousin? I think that is a no-go area. It is a non-starter. And this thing, I think Ghanaians will not condone. I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a man of integrity. He shines corruption, he shines injustice, and he will make sure that Ghanaians get the justice that they deserve as far as Ken Ofori-Atta is concerned.
The next leg of this conversation about Ken Ofori-Atta is what has now been termed as Ken for Abutrika, which is we're looking to do some kind of an exchange. And I think that Hajia hinted that in her submission earlier. Of course, she didn't spend some time with it because she knows that it's going to come up. Now, if you look at today's, what's the name? Today's Custodian, there's a story here that gives us a background to the rest of the chap. First of all, before we link it to the Ken Ofori-Atta matter. But it says CSA leads joint security operation to arrest Abutrika and others. Now, the Cybersecurity Authority, CSA, led by the Acting Director General, Mr. Divine Selassie Agbeti, on December 11, 2025, led a joint operation with the Narcotics Control Commission, National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, and the Criminal Investigations Department, CIB, of the Ghana Police Service to arrest Frederick Kumi, a.k.a. Emmanuel Kojo, Ba Obeng, a.k.a. Abutrika. So he has two names, 31, and two others for their role in romance camps defrauding victims of $8 million. Now, Abutrika was part of a criminal network that targeted elderly victims in romance camps across the United States since 2023. An unsealed indictment by a federal grand jury in the U.S. returned a 2-count indictment charging the Ghanaian national with defrauding elderly victims. According to the indictment, perpetrators of this romance camp used artificial intelligence software to assume false identities and form close personal relationship with victims. They gained victims' trust to obtain money and valuables, often targeting individuals through social media and on online dating platforms under false pretenses. The indictment also alleges that after the victims transferred funds, Kumi worked with a network of co-conspirators to distribute the money from the United States to associates in Ghana and other locations. Now, Kumi has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, and a forfeiture specification, and it faces up to 20 years in prison if found guilty of the charges. Now, this is what Yoko itself has said regarding this matter. Now, it says the Yoko team in an international investigations with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the Narcotic Control Commission, International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, the National Investigations Bureau, together with the Cyber Security Authority and the Office of the Attorney General, undertook this operation. The operation to arrest Abutrika followed several months of intelligence and investigations. Abutrika was part of a criminal network that targeted elderly victims in romance camps across the United States since 2023. The criminal network used artificial intelligence. I've looked at all of that. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, Yoko said Abutrika will subsequently be extradited to the United States of America to face criminal charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, and he faces up to 20 years in prison in the Yoko states. Now, Yoko wishes to congratulate its local sister agencies as well as the FBI for their collaboration. So Yoko, quite clearly, is more than willing and happy to extradite Abutrika to the United States for him to face his criminal charges. But again, in a related development, we all know who Oliver Barker-Vormawor is. I'm a social activist, he's also a lawyer. Now, Lawyer and Anti-Corruption Campaign, Oliver Barker-Vormawor, has announced that his law firm has secured the release of the partner of embattled social media influencer Frederick Kumi, popularly known as Abutrika. The legal practitioner had earlier alleged that his detention was intended to put pressure on Abutrika after his arrest over an alleged romance scam, even though she was not named in any extradition request. In a social media post on December 12, 2025, he wrote, "Security operatives have detained the partner and mother of Abutrika's son. This is apparently to put pressure on him, even though the extradition request does not name her at all. Not acceptable." In the latest update, Barker-Vormawor said his team engaged several authorities to challenge the legality of the detention and eventually succeed in securing her release. And meanwhile, I was actually looking for the okay, you know, Oliver, good. So this is actually the story I was looking for. Now, Oliver has declared he's ready to defend Ghanaian social media influencer Frederick Omi, popularly known as Abu Trika, against extradition to the United States. Now, in a social media post on Friday, December 11, 2025, Bakavoma questioned why Ghanaian authorities swiftly cooperated in the arrest of Abu Trika, but have taken no visible steps to extradite former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, whom he accuses of far greater financial crimes. And he says, this one party, I'm ready to defend Abu Trika to fight the extradition. If they won't bring Ken Ofori-Atta, then good lawyers must intervene for Abu. And he's not the only one. I've heard the likes of Black Rasta and a few other people who are making a similar call, that this is Ghana's fine opportunity to get America to bring down Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana, for Ken Ofori-Atta to come and face, because America needs Abu Trika. $8 million is a lot. I don't know what you make of this call for an exchange. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't know whether, so this is what Oliver Bakavoma said. He says, our law enforcement agencies are too eager to arrest and extradite Ghanaians to America. But it says the Americans never show us the same courtesy. This has to stop. Our crimes matter too. Legitimate or valid argument? Prof, let me start from you.
Yeah, well, I want to say that once again, the government of Ghana has demonstrated that Ghana cannot be used as a safe haven when it comes to cyber crime. And so I want to commend the government and commend the security agencies for being able to crack down on these persons that have been sought by other countries, that's the US. And I would want to say that, yes, I think I also side with Oliver that this is a very good opportunity to have some conversation with the US as far as extraditing people to come and account for whatever they are being accused of. Ghana has demonstrated their international cooperation and cooperation with the America or with US as far as Interpol is concerned. Now, we are not able to bring down Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana to come and account for his stewardship because of the state protection. He said you cannot go and forcefully arrest somebody in another country unless there is that agreement to extradite the person to account. Here, US is expecting Ghana to bring someone that they are accusing, a Ghanaian, to come and account for an accusation or an allegation that is leveled against him. Yes, we as Ghanaians, and for that matter, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's government has demonstrated that they will not shield anyone. If you commit a crime, you have to go and face the law. You have to go and answer for whatever you are being accused of. And so these individuals have been arrested. I think it's time that the US also need to be informed, if they are not yet aware, that you are keeping a gentleman that the state is looking for to come and answer his stewardship for the 8 years that he's been in power, keeping the public purse or keeping and managing our funds. And so if you want Abu Trika to come and answer for his crime as far as cyber security issues are concerned, we think that we also need Ken Ofori-Atta to come and account for his stewardship. So I think, yes, this will be a very good opportunity for both countries to come and dialogue, because Ken's case is a high-profile case. it's not just the government that is looking for Ken, but Ghanaians are looking for Ken. And so if US is protecting Ken by keeping Ken and saying that, hey, you cannot just come and arrest the person because the person is within our jurisdiction, and so we protect the person because they may even see it as a political witch hunt or something, then I think that that will not be right. So our government needs to have some conversation as far as this case is concerned, because I remember very well there was a time where the special prosecutor, sent red alert that Ken was on a wanted list and Ken should be brought down to come and face the court or come and face the accusations that is leveled against it to come and answer for his stewardship. And I think that this will be a very nice case that all the security agencies, especially the special prosecutor and then the attorney general, should also weave into to have some negotiation that yes, we have these bilateral agreements. We have, bilateral agreements to sometimes, investigate cases together and arrest criminals if they are on a run. Now you are looking for somebody. We have the person in our custody. And we are also looking for someone. You have the person in your custody. So come, bring the person we are looking for, and then we also release the person that you are looking for. So I think it's fair to say that yes, if US is looking for Abutrika, we are also looking for King Ofori-Atta and should be released. Sometimes it should not always be that America, because they are superpower, they always have their way. Because there are times you look at certain things and you think that, sometimes they want to use aid as a string to kind of push things down our throat. Just to digress a little, this issue of LGBTQ+, where they are like, if you make LGBTQ+ as a crime, or you see it as a criminal act, then we are going to withdraw all aid. We are going to withdraw all support. This is not right. It's not allowed, where superpower will always want to dictate to us what we should do without we standing our ground and let people know that this is what we want. This is what we stand for. And so I think that this call for international negotiation, international discussion, that yes, you are looking for somebody, we have the person. We are also looking for somebody that you have. Bring the person in exchange for your person. So I agree with Bakavomo, if you say that yes, he is going to, I know a lot of lawyers may want that, because I said it's not just the government that is looking for Ken Ofori-Atta. All of us, we are looking for Ken Ofori-Atta because we all suffered some of their decision, including the 54% inflation that we experience in this country. And so it's a good opportunity to discuss this and to also speed up the process by which Ken would have to come to the country to answer for his stewardship.
Okay,
Moro, it's quite refreshing to listen to people in power speak, or government communicators speak, because I would always give it to them that when you are in power, or when you are in the fix to take decisions, most of the times, if you are not careful, you tend to look at issues that would tick the boxes for you, but however, would not give you good implications. Now, we are observers. We are followers who are being ruled. However, we are very analytical citizens who care about the what-ifs and the so-whats. Now, listening to Doc, I was just compelled to quickly go globally to find out what cybersecurity is doing. Internet fraud, is doing to us as a globe before we even zone it to Ghana. And the facts I have from FBI says, 1, it is giving us the key statistical trends between 2024 and 2025, and my source is the FBI. It says, in terms of costs, it is projected to reach $10.5 trillion by 2025. $10.5 trillion. And that tells you a huge increase from 3 trillion in 2015.
Okay.
Now they comes to tell you on the prevalence.
Okay.
In terms of like the frequency and how it occurs or how frequent it is. Then it tells you about 80% of consumers receive scam attempts, which is not too different from Ghana. We are all their mobile money scam. Somebody calls you, Pacha, now sending me card, say. Then it goes on and on. And the figures kind of reflects in our context, which also says, with my check, that the losses we make as a country is a surging one of 4.4 million cedis in the first quarter of 2025.
Right.
Then it also tells us with an estimation of an amount of 56 million, which we had gotten in 2022. Isn't it alarming? Right. Very much alarming. Now, it is so fair to think that Ghana will not be a safe space to harbor criminals. We don't want that, because whatever a criminal does affects all of us in this country. Our reputation out there. You go to international conferences, be you an NGO worker, be you a student, be you a scholar, a mentee, be you whoever, when you go and mention whom you are, names like Abedi Pele comes, Nkrumah comes, and all that. We don't want to be associated with names like Abu Trika and the rest. So what should be done? This has happened. They have been very proactive to partner with agencies, about 6 of them in this country, to pin down this criminal. And it's not even their first time. You remember they recently came to do some operation around East Legon and scattered almost all the internet fraud guys. And even closed the underbridge pipe or something, yes? Yeah. So that tells you this is the extent to which they can go with their investigations. I'm pretty sure their government, that's the American government, doesn't have communicators just go to sit on TV, just get so desperate on pinning down people they perceive or they are alleging to be criminals and forgetting about the other side of the coin. It's a two-way affair. And for me, my understanding of resetting is doing it holistically and correcting all the wrongs that would have been caught, admittedly. So it's not time for campaign anymore. It's not time to come and sweet talk us anymore. It's not time to come and emotionally blackmail the Ghanaian. It is time for us to get it clear and said. You promised us that, look, all wrongs are going to be corrected. Oliver has said his. He has a perspective, and I really respect his perspective. It's his opinion that, look, we should have an exchange. But I have some silent questions to ask him, very humble ones. Is he trying to tell us, and now that doctor has associated herself to his comment, I want to add doctor to my question, that are they trying to tell us that until Ken Ofori-Atta gets well and back to Ghana, or until Ken comes back to Ghana, we are going to be harboring all the scammers in this country? Is that what we are telling the world? What does it mean to investor confidence? What does it mean to all the international agencies that have huge interest in Ghana? What does it mean to the young people who are following the discourse of this country? Granted, we all want accountability. We all want the right form of governance. We all want people to be asked, how did you manage our funds? But of course, the interest in doing so shouldn't also allow us to create a hole somewhere. Because if you say, yes, let's keep him till they give us. Do you know, okay, so you have one kind of Ofori-Atta with them, but they have thousands of this guy, Abu Trika's kind, in this country. So are you saying all the thousands should be free? They should be rejoicing because you want to keep them, because you are tracing one man, whom of course hasn't been called a criminal like this guy, whom of course hasn't been actually investigated, hasn't, or we haven't gotten, or where in which we haven't actually gotten you pulling out strong evidence to say, look, ABC is clear. In Abu Trika's case, $8 million. With the 8 million, even on a cursory look, a young man from, what is his name, Konsakrom, in Swedrum, whom people knew, who we all know can trace exactly what his source of livelihood is, you understand, whom facts has shown that he is involved in internet fraud, isn't it? Even upon arrest, they were able to retrieve certain things that really show this is what he's doing, whom by some ways have kind of accepted that yes, he is Abu Trika and probably, or to some extent, has involved in what? Internet romance. Or what? How do you call it? What's the term? Is it internet romance?
Yes. Yeah.
With these aged ones. So now, I want to humbly ask Prof, and even Oliver again, that should he get to serve in a very good office in this of this country, just like Prof is doing today, and then happens to be somebody who is
that's the chap in your shot.
Fantastic, you see that?
Yes.
Happens to be somebody who is invited to be heard. Should we again compare Prof and Oliver to young people like this who are doing this? Should we compare them? Should we treat them as the same class of citizens? One citizen, Ken, is one that has sat as a government official of this country, took decisions. Yes, maybe some of them would have been wrong in other people's opinion. Until he comes to even accept or not, we can't even rule that out. Then, this is a young man who sits behind a computer, do all manner of things, gets money from other people, which of course is their money and not his. Should we also come to say whenever Prof gets herself in an office and we say, Prof, step aside for investigation, we should start calling her names like Atai? We should start calling her, or we should treat her like Abu Trika. If that is the way to go, then I'll say fine. Oliver can say what he is saying. But until then, I want us to treat the cases differently. Ken will come after all. But that doesn't say we should also harbor these criminals. This process can go on. They can come and get their young man, go and do their investigations and do everything, prosecution and all that. They also have that requirement and legal rights to do it in their country. For the poor people or vulnerable people, they have been able to do. So we shouldn't say because one person is also perceived to have committed a crime, we are going to hold other criminals in this country until that is dealt with.
We're going to take a breather. I'll ask a question and then I'll get Rabi to ponder over it whilst we take a breather. It's just less than 1 minute and then I can bring you in. Okay. You know, you are a law student, and I believe that at the very basic level of the teaching of law, I'm sure you would have familiarized yourself with the fact that until a court of competent jurisdiction, pronounces you as being guilty of a certain crime, it doesn't matter how many facts are put out there, which is you've done A, B, C, D, or you've done X, Y, Z, it still doesn't make you a criminal. Of course, because of the kind of politics we do in our part of the world, we're quick to call somebody a criminal and so on and so forth, But really, technically speaking, what's the difference between what Ken Ofori-Atta is being alleged to have done? Remember, he's facing 78 counts of corruption-related charges. 78 counts. Now, whether those counts or whether those charges can be proven or can be sustained in court or not is another matter.
Yeah.
But the OSP says, as far as we're sitting here, he's done 78 things. We're taking him to court. Now, in the case of Abu Trika, yes, all these intercriminal agencies or intercrime agencies have come together to arrest him. They've seen him with cash. He's been interrogated about the source of the cash. All those things, whatever suspicions or feelings or perceptions and things they form about him, it still will not make him a criminal until the U.S. court
of course, yeah.
determines so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the principle I'm trying to bring to your attention is that as far as the law is concerned, both of them are innocent until proven guilty.
Of course, yes.
We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
This
is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'll come back. I'll come back to you shortly.
I like that. Very, very deep. But I like that. Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you what I did.
Tell her why you did.
I'll tell you what I did.
Put people on a plane, go to another country and arrest people who have purported stuff against the American people and take them back to their country. We are here. We can't even bring criminals. Law court have already. My men were called to say I'm finding got tons and when more or American. How far? You could for yes. My boy Juma. You were part of even the cyber crime arrest here. Workers worker. My idea. When are Ghana's criminals coming home to go and serve jail terms at Ensawam? When are they coming? Isn't it an indictment to the sovereignty of this nation that other nationals can come here and see criminals operating in our system and our people can see it? Our people can see it. Jimmy, like this boy took almost $8 million, and I told the day I said, you know, and got romance. They told that the one of the agencies came from Kokura, and them Ramon Kokura, and them Ramon Yuni at the America House. War Kokura, 1 year, Jumenya Sika, Ekakrano, Opa Baba Wawa run. Now the 1 million, Omobechi. The Bible made a submission in Proverbs. No, it is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 13. Put it that King James. It is better to be poor and a wise child than to be a foolish king who will no more be admonished. You turn it into my language. Yeah. The Bible says, "Fenyina mabranti we here ninya nsafo echen akokora okay we as akokora kwasia enkokora ne wo mu na na ye nyansafo enkokora."
Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enye. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby coat. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
located at East Legon Hills, Nana Krum KFC. Contact us on 059-6377-172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Time aso. Hey, Jay. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozig. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I didn't mean. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Aji. I'll cause some discomfort. Ah. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral?
Say a Persori insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy in a shop biamu. Na mum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. Effie spray with Daimwa.
It's happening this December. It's the biggest, the largest, the Bushels Jollof Party Festival. It is the Metro Jollof Festival happening on Saturday, 20th December 2025 at the forecourt of Metro TV. It is an all-day event with opportunity for exhibitors to sell this bronya. Come join us. Let's cook jollof. Buy and sell on Saturday, 20th of December 2025. To exhibit, call 0243 272 753 or 055 282 0211.
This is Christmas and we are providing with Christmas jollof. Come chop, it is free. Who's drive you? Come chop, take it.
Ignite Media Premises Jollof Festival. And one Coronia, Brand Betubo on the 20th. What I say on the 20th December, Unia, Casabo and one Jollof Festival.
I'm inviting all of you on the 20th of December. Come and enjoy proper Ghanaian cooked, prepared jollof right here on the premises of Metro TV.
Don't you start 25th? So I say, Brabedi jollof free.
Yeah, you know we all love jollof rice. Come and let's show the Nigerians that we are the best in the cooking of jollof rice. One change in your bank, buy jollof papa. Jollof ni wong, jollof ni jema. Don't call your bodega chobana call you ni akpa.
20th of December 2025. Make sure to come have some good Ghana jollof.
The truth sad ya Afro Bibia Ghana had the whole Ghana for any trim Metro TV studio. However, jollof no set here be albania be a diama wow better lie into the truth safro. The Bibia will be a for any trim here air and come baby and on the party.
Say outfit. So over say over who me wahanoma and the 20th day I have Ignite Media because you chicken jollof free. Say you will jollof, meat jollof, chicken jollof. Messi to one name never Ignite Media. Never did jollof free. So over free jollof. Ignite Media.
We are inviting you to our Jollof Festival right here at the premises of Metro TV. Come with your empty plates and leave filled.
Join me and the Ingot team at Metro Jollof Festival on the 20th of December.
Free.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. So just in case you're driving in town or you can't watch us on TV, please, you can monitor the conversation on your radio dial, which is 94.1 FM. My team has been doing some brilliant research on the cost of cybercrime to Ghana especially, and we'll put our data out shortly whilst we're having conversations about Abu Trika. So, whilst I'm waiting for that data, Ajay, I asked you a question about, okay, I'm told there's a, okay, let's watch this video.
Let's take it one of I'm not going to one more serious car. And also, you have to show phones. What can't you have the channel? As for that one, right now, I should have so push that down the no. Business. Sometimes, so now you get this is not the first my explain this kind of doctrine. I agree. I am the one asking you a question. I'm the one asking you the question. You need your catcher. So I'm asking you. I'm introducing you. Okay, so you're from Chumbarama. I'm lawyer Chumbarama. I'm the deputy director for Narcotics Control Commission. Okay. So now my question is, dear man away. Your lawyer should answer the question for the work that you are doing. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you. You have already mentioned your name. No, I said, I've already done this thing. Ask mine. We are putting you under arrest and we are asking you a question. Said the man away. What's it? You want to come and tell me what job you are doing? I'm a lawyer myself. Your lawyer cannot answer that question for you. It's not the duty of your life to tell us what job you do. No. Even if it's in the interrogation room. Young man. Or lawyer's interrogation room can't mean and can't say, or no matter what way. It's not done anyway. Very good. The last time I was senior with my dad in the office. I am just asking you a simple question. We see the man away. It's only a call sending that transaction. Transaction once. And you will be a man by now. I am not asking you about transactions. Hello, listen to me. Listen, about transactions. I just had a simple question. Man full behind your big transaction. Why are you talking about transactions? Tell me. According to the. Can you just listen? Hold on. Did you hear me asking questions about transactions? No, you said what work do you do? Yes, simple. Okay. And you so we have transactions. When you have transactions, I mean, just answer the question I'm asking you. What work do you do? Me a policeman, my boy, a policeman, my cover, my mayor. I'll be position in the so, yeah, man, it's a simple matter. Let me put it in a endorse. I see now.
All right, still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. So the two gentlemen, well, I don't want to call it, what? The two gentlemen in your shot. Yes, for now, nobody has said they're criminals. We're suspecting that they are involved, they may be involved in some criminal activities, but it doesn't make them a criminal. But here's the thing. They were being interrogated by the investigative agencies on what exactly they do for a living. And they've been struggling. They just say they have a number of business, but which business, we don't know. So that's the video we just showed you. But it looks like they are hot, as we say it in our local parlance to say they are hot. Anyway, so Hadia, I was asking you earlier before we went on that break that the talk about the two are not the same, that one, in your view, is more likely to have committed a crime. Ken, in your view, has done nothing wrong. Unless, of course, he's proven guilty.
Right.
And I was drawing your attention to the fact that once some allegations have been made against some people, it still remains an allegation. For me, there's no difference.
Moro, it's good if you have actually drawn my attention to this.
Yes, okay.
I see it's to be an attempt to prompt than even to ask question.
Sure.
But before even that, I have a father watching me. He is the Kanuri Paramount Chief.
Okay.
In fact, he's the shehu of all Kanuri people. You know I'm Kanuri, I'm Bari.
Cool.
So he's the father of all Bari Singana. Sarki Abarin Nageshika. He's the chief for all of us.
Okay.
I think besides Chief Imam, he's the most powerful man.
Okay.
For all Kanuris. Okay. Then one of my friends also says, I should tell you, she sells food in Community 25.
Right.
Salima.
Okay.
She says you've just won yourself a pack of lunch this afternoon. Then she says,
is it a Salima, you know?
Salima, yes.
Makose restaurant.
Community 25.
I'll come for it too.
Salima, if you are watching, get the food ready and send to. She actually makes very good food.
Yeah, she does.
Yes, so she's saying I should tell you you've won yourself a lunch. And then everyone should try it, I think. Prof, you might want to. She's even NDC lady, so you are free to go and eat for her.
Her 1 minute is over.
She's NDC. So are you the timekeeper now?
Moro.
Are you now the timekeeper?
I was supposed to ask you. You said you were giving her 1 minute.
She's NDC. She'll be comfortable to go and eat there. So let me say
I said she should join us.
No, she's saying I should join NDC.
You should join us.
She's been making this call off air. Looks like she's brought it on air.
She says I should join NDC.
She said
even my family members who are NDC are now joining it.
You look at what she's saying.
Let me say this.
Oh, Ravi.
Moro, her 1 minute.
No. Let's just land on this quickly.
I was supposed to be on the floor.
I'll give you time.
I think what Prof should understand is that our viewers even appreciate and enjoy some of this conversation.
Okay.
Because when we sit and we are too rigid, it doesn't make the conversation that rich.
Right.
But when you draw in some perspective, then your conversation becomes more interesting.
Okay.
And I know when you are lecturing, you do those things during your lecture. It's a very remarkable skill for communicators.
Because we don't have all day.
So let me come.
Yes.
Moro.
Okay.
You asked a very profound question.
Right.
They are both alleged.
Right.
And I do, with all sincerity, agree that they all should be treated as the Constitution demands. We shouldn't humiliate them. We shouldn't cause any harm to them. We should take them, investigate them, and go on. The investigative bodies have their own ways of handling it, which I believe is mostly in line with the Constitution. Now, what I tried communicating is that Ken Ofori-Atta, as we all know and have seen, has shown us medical reports which clearly directs to us or to our thinking that he is unwell. Now, even in the prisons, with people who have been tried and convicted, they still get some level of treatment to be able to stay alive, healthy, to continue with the case. Abu Trika, as we can see on the set, and I'm again saying this with a clear position that I am not sure by looking at his physical appearance that he's as sick as Ken Ofori-Atta. So the clear difference here is that they both are people that are being invited to come for investigation, correct? But I am saying for the sick man, we should be able to show the required care and protection for him, if for nothing, to at least live long to stand the trial of to stand the process if there would even be any trial or prosecution. So that is exactly what I meant. Intention, like they always say, the mens rea is very key in whatever we say. And my intention was to clearly communicate that one is a sick man and one doesn't look sick. And for that matter, we should give the required attention to the sick person. And that still takes us back to President Nana Addo Dankwa, former president's position. Who knows? He probably would be, and every concerned relative would be mindful of protecting the health of his alleged relative, or a relative who is alleged to have committed a crime, if for nothing, to be able to stand the time, to be able to go through the process, and if there will be some vindication or trial, then we would see the report.
All right, that's fine. Prof.
Yeah, okay, Moro, you see, nobody is saying that cybersecurity is a good thing. I started by commending the government and then the security agencies for cooperating in arresting this individual. And so the idea of throwing out the figures about how much it costs the world as far as cybersecurity is concerned is neither here nor there. A crime is a crime. Even if Abu Trika defrauded somebody by 10 cedis, it's still stealing. It's still a crime and should be prosecuted. So for that matter, the idea of it's a huge amount of money, the world or globally, it's a serious issue, and I mean, it is neither here nor there. Abu Trika has committed a crime. He's been sought for, he's been arrested, and I commend the state agencies for this cooperation and identifying this individual. I mean, I have been, or I've experienced this issue of you'll be there, somebody will say, oh, my sending you money into your account, check, and, you know, I'm aware about all these tricks. Sometimes you call that I've mistakenly sent your money, money into your Mumu account, check, and then send it back to me. I mean, these are all cyber security issues. And so if this individual is involved and he's been arrested, kudos, we support it because we would not, and I indicated that Ghana would not be a safe haven for any criminal. And so we would love if all these individuals who are operating here in Ghana or are operating in our neighboring countries and targeting Ghanaians, if they are arrested, we would all be happy. But all we are saying is that US is looking for this individual. So I think it's an opportunity to start having some conversation because Ghana has been looking for Ken Ofori-Atta. Ken Ofori-Atta is alleged or is we are being told is in the US seeking for medical attention. He gave a timeline. The time has passed. We all know the tricks. And we are saying that now the two parties seem to be handling an issue of common interest. US is looking for somebody for a wrongdoing. The same way Ghana or Ghanaians are also looking for somebody we are all alleging has committed some crime or has committed some wrongdoing. He should come and account. And by law, you cannot go to another country and forcefully arrest someone. So we are saying that the same way how US cannot come and arrest Abu Trika, there should be some conversation, there should be some dialogue. We are not saying that what Abu Trika did is right and we will protect him. We would not, because we can also be a victim of what he is doing. And in fact, a lot of Ghanaians might have fallen victim. Right. This issue or the amount they are quoting may not just be Americans alone. There could be some Ghanaians who have also fallen victim. But we are just saying that there should be some conversation. There should be a time that we should sit down with the superpowers, discuss what we think is affecting us, and see how best we can all cooperate and resolve these issues. That is my position. And so the question you asked, Haji, I think it's a very brilliant question. The difference between the two, because here is a case, it's about money involved. Abu Trika's case is money involved. Ken Ofori-Atta is money involved. I mean, I cannot quantify both. With Abu Trika, we are told $8 million. Ken Ofori-Atta is, we will be talking about trillions. And so both issues, I would not, I don't see them as being different. A crime is a crime. There may be difference in the magnitude. But if you are talking about Ken Ofori-Atta, it's also a high-profile case. And so, Hajia, I think I disagree with you if you are saying that why am I supporting Vomowo? Yeah. All I am saying is that there should be a conversation. I am not saying that Ghanaians will protect Abu Trika. No. Okay. We wouldn't want to also harbor criminal because we can all become victims. Yeah. So that's it's my position.
My conclusion.
But I say we should have a discussion.
I have some recommendations as well. And then I do acknowledge the fact that Prof is clearing her statement by telling me, yes, this is her position. It's nice. It's good to know. But what I'm also saying is that conclusively, we should approach crime as citizens of Ghana and detach politics from crime. Whoever, be you a technocrat, just a politician or a politician, a young person, a formal person or informal person,
okay,
what we all ought to do as a country is to join hands collaboratively
right,
to combat crime.
okay,
2, governments or state leaders across the world. And then, you see, I didn't just want to even touch. Doc said it's not even about global what I shouldn't be mentioning figures. The thing is that.
I'm not saying you should not.
Okay. I got that impression. If you didn't mean that, it's
no,
fine.
What I'm saying is that nobody is saying that cyber crime is a good thing, because we can't all fall victim to it. But I am saying that do not let it. You are painting a picture that looks like, Afa Butuka case is a serious case, but for Ken Foriata, no. You see,
no. That is when
yes, that is the picture you are painting. Now I'm saying that
I appreciate
both cases
that is actually
criminal
why
cases.
I do appreciate Moro's question, and it was good
so.
that intervention came. I made it clear they both are same cases of more or less similar profile or weight. But what I'm saying is that I think one is a sick man, while the other one is not sick.
You cannot use sickness
Please,
as
I beg you. It's my position. If I know the man, if I know,
see, we are not saying that.
If I say
no, that's not the point. We are sympathizing with him. They've given him a grace period. He gave us time that he will come. In fact, Ken Foriata was captured. Drove me on the street of I don't know where New York or wherever.
We don't know if it's authentic.
Look, we all know this trick. They are all political trick, and we are saying that the guy should come. You see, if you are a man,
I think I was talking. She doesn't like what.
No. What I'm saying is that if Ken Foriata knows he did not commit any wrongdoing, he should come and answer.
I kept quiet. Now she has jumped into my conversation, has taken close to 2 minutes.
But she said,
you had more time.
She said, as a big sister,
which is really
she can bully you, but you cannot bully her.
She's not even a big sister. She's not a big sister. She's a co-panelist. What I am saying is that she's not a big sister.
She's lost that status.
No, she's lost that position. Because if she had sat calmly like big sisters would do, I'll give it to her.
Give it to her.
How can you start
I'm saying that your case is a no starter.
So conclusive, let me just laugh.
Please do.
So she's lost that position. So what I'm saying is that we should come jointly.
Okay.
Government should be proactive.
Okay.
In combating this crime. Okay. And no NDC communicator should come and say, what did you do? Because we are done campaigning.
All right.
We have learnt our bitter lessons. You aren't the people to come and still be talking on campaign promises and all that and approach. Right. If you were telling us you are resetting, reset means cleaning and resetting.
We are not
and that is what we expect.
We have arrested somebody. That shows that we are committed to fighting corruption. We are committed to fighting crime. No, you see, she's throwing that in the eye of them.
So I just don't know how Prof would feel if she were. If she had found herself in class lecturing and a student would be behaving like this, how would you have felt?
You are doing that in the eyes of the public. We said that we are campaigning. Nobody is campaigning. We've arrested somebody who has committed crime.
Allow her to laugh.
Say kudos. You see,
please allow her to laugh. So you
give praise when the praise is due. You should give it.
So allow her to laugh. So you can.
I say we are done well.
We spent a lot of time on this. Please go ahead.
You see, most of the time when I speak, I actually really know what I'm saying.
Right.
When I was doing my opening, do you remember very well I said by the close of this program she was going to get so uncomfortable? And when you see people behaving like this, it's absolute discomfort that makes them do that. Because I said it earlier. I don't mind even saying this and ending it here. But I said it earlier that due to the raw facts I'll play here, the truth I will speak, Prof is going to get so much uncomfortable. And exactly what she's doing. So my day is made. I have made my point. She's as uncomfortable as I projected.
Why would I be uncomfortable? We have delivered justice. We have delivered. And I said she should give us a praise.
You know, I just said something else, but you don't speak. I said,
may Allah grant us patience.
Oh, anyway, so let me read this message from our viewers. So this one here says that.
Great job.
It says, hello.
You've not done
By running away from accountability while having been in charge of Ghana's public purse, Ken Foriata treated the Ghanaian people with contempt. This conduct offends Article 15 of the 1992 Constitution, which affirms that the dignity of all persons is inviolable and proscribes actions that diminish the worth of the citizen. Accountability in public finance is not merely administrative, it is also constitutional imperative, grounded in respect for human dignity. And it continues to say, Ken Ofori-Atta owed a constitutional duty to act with accountability and transparency. His persistent evasion of lawful processes aimed at scrutinizing his stewardship undermines the dignity of the Ghanaian people, whose sovereign resources he was mandated to protect. Such conduct detracts from the worth and dignity of citizens, contrary to Article 15(1) and 2 of the 1992 Constitution, which guarantees the inviolability of human dignity and prohibits actions that demean the value of the individual and the collective citizenry. That's coming
exactly
from
what I read.
Captain Michael Issa sends this message. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says that I totally agree with the call of some Ghanaians for the exchange of Ken Ofori-Atta with Abutrika. The call is spot on and is in order. I totally also agree with the call by Mr. Oliver, 100%. But communicators of MPP should give us a break. And with all this, what English they're speaking, no one is saying Ken Ofori-Atta is a criminal, but he should come and account to the state.
He will come.
I wonder why anytime we speak about accountability, MP communicators get angry. Accountability is key to our nation building. I have personal interest in the case of Ken because of the monies we lost in the building of the National Cathedral. $98 million is not a small money. Now, a very good friend of mine, Abdul Kudus, is raising some very interesting issues. Unfortunately, it's a very long article. Abdul, I'm not sure I can read everything because time is not our best friend. But let me just read a few teasers. It's totally unrelated to what we're talking about, but it's a very important issue he's brought up. And it says it's a public interest advocacy. He said, I've read findings of EdWatch on dropout rates of the boy child from school and moving into Galamsey in the north and the possible troubling outlook it presents. However, what I find even more troubling is the alarming and rapidly growing rate of drug abuse in Tamale in particular and in the northern regions as a whole. Reports I have encountered elsewhere indicate that Tamale alone may have as many as 40,000 drug users operating across approximately 200 drug ghettos, each reportedly hosting an average of about 200 young people. Some of these ghettos are said to operate 24 hours a day with the openly abuse of substances, including weed, in full public view. These youth, boys and girls, are ranging between the ages of 12 and 20 years. In the past 2 weeks, a special team from the Ghana Police Service deployed from Accra has been in Tamale to combat this menace. By all accounts, the interventions have been commendable and impactful. The critical question, however, remains, how sustainable is this approach once the team withdraws? What makes the situation particularly disturbing is that drug abuse has evolved into a lucrative enterprise involving powerful and influential individuals within the community. Recently, a group of young men acting with the tacit support of local leaders and the police command have taken it upon themselves to confront the problem. The profile of those they have apprehended is startling. Business tycoons, police officers, radio presenters, teachers, and even students. Now, even more worrying is the fact that the primary market centers for this trade appear to be our schools, particularly senior high schools and the universities. Now, if trend is not confronted decisively and collectively, I fear that within the next decade, Tamale could deteriorate into a high crime environment, one that is neither conducive to raising children nor doing business. Tamale is the heart and the hub of all northern regions, and the risk of this problem infecting the wider northern belt, if it has not already done so, is very real. There is little doubt that Tamale is facing a drug crisis. Addressing it requires a whole government and society response. All, particularly imams and pastors, and led by government, must come to the table and treat this as a national security, public health and social development issues. The same level of energy and coordination deployed in initiatives such as girl-child education advocacy must now be mobilized to combat the drug abuse. In addition, the establishment of a dedicated and permanent police task force for Tamale, given the results of the recent deployment, would be a significant step in the right direction. Hajj Arabi must give horrifying graphics of the results of these menaces. Sorry for the long message, but the situation is really troubling. And I'm in full force with what you're saying. It's a very, very, very troubling matter. As a northerner myself, it's something that bothers all of us. Manche Bruce, who is a senior lecturer at Takoradi University, Technical University, says, Moro, please tell Prof to stop glorifying the mediocrity. The NDC should extradite Senator Tamaklo Atieno, the former Maslok CEO, who has been tried and jailed in absentia. Amazing convictions. Manche Bruce II in Takoradi. I've heard the Attorney General say that processes are underway.
He's an MPP communicator.
Prosper Ashikwe says more MPP wants prisons fixed. So Prosper, the Attorney General himself has said he's working on that. Yes. So this one, Prosper Ashikwe. Hold on. So Prosper Ashikwe says more MPP wants our prisons fixed. Amazing and interesting times. He says good day. That's what he ends.
An MPP communicator.
And then this one says that so JQ, as we call him, he says Alaji, that's me. Alaji, stop that. They are both criminals. The activities are deemed to be criminal. Ken took decisions that brought hardship to pension bondholders, and that's the crime. Okay, I'll hear you, boss. And this one.
I like the fact that he's not directing that to me, but you.
As we continue to hear reports that inflation has dropped a single. Okay, so this one is about inflation utility tariff, so that's not what we're really talking about. But anyway, Reverend Jose Latte, who's watching us from the UK and enjoying the show, says, "Hi, Moro. President Mahama must not discuss Oforiatta with the Kufuor. There is definitely a conflict of interest given that Nana Addo is related to Oforiatta. I want to know if Ghana has made a formal extradition request to the US to send Oforiatta. Good. This point is a very, 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 very valid point because, in fact, I was just about to ask because in our case, the two institutions have been battling each other as to how to even go about the extradition process. The OSP says, I've given you some information. It's enough. Go and bring Oforiatta down. Attorney General says, no, I need a full docket. That includes all kinds of information, all kinds of things. And then, of course, 2 people from the OSP's office before I can, initiate the extradition process. We don't even know what has happened to that, whether they've been able to resolve that's what appears to be a confusion between the two institutions.
It's a good opportunity to bring up
because
all these things.
If we had done our homework well internally, and we are kickstarted or initiated the extradition, and I stand to be corrected if he has done, because it's possible that it's been done, but we don't know.
You even agree.
But
I said it earlier. Somebody said it in passing that if the US can be that proactive to pit out their criminals, alleged criminals, why can't Ghana
it is not that they don't know where Ken Oforiatta is. You see, why she's saying it's not that they don't know where Ken Oforiatta is.
I think the question is
Prof will not allow me to
speak. You see, the thing about it is this. Here's the thing.
Prof, where are you that today? You know I'm a master of echo. So let's have it.
Haja, listen.
Yes.
Oforiatta is Ghanaian, so we need him back in Ghana. Abu Trika is not American. So you see the difference?
Moro gets me. I'm not even talking about who goes where and who comes. I'm saying there are several measures, and Article 19 says it. Is it 19.1 or so? It says clearly, 19.3 talks about trial in absentia.
Okay.
And it comes down to tell you how, reasons, and it's A and B. One says when the person is not really availing himself, and the other thing is the behavior and all that. We can go back to the Constitution. I have a copy of the Constitution. If we have time, I can read that. So it is still clear.
That's fine.
That's what we are saying today.
So Sebastian, who is
but I'm interested in the Tamale case, please. I would want to have
Sebastian, who's watching us from the Cyber Security Authority. He says that what we're seeing now is a clear shift from talk to action. The Cyber Security Authority, in partnership with Yoko and other agencies, has conducted targeted arrests of cyber criminals and even worked with the FBI to dismantle a major syndicate. This sends a strong signal that Ghana is no longer a safe space for cybercrime. I commend the Director General of the Cyber Security Authority, Mr. Divina Selassie Agbeti, for the leadership he has shown in driving enforcement, collaboration, and international cooperation to clean up our cyber security ecosystem.
The way to go.
Now, McLean says there appears to be a deliberate attempt to criminalize former appointees of the MPP by John Mahama administration outside the ambit of the law and in an undue haste to persecute them. This unfortunate strategy of inciting the public against these former appointees is not what our laws prescribe, since justice must be pursued through due process, not public propaganda. It said that notwithstanding, one is compelled to ask, why is the NDC government showing no interest in pursuing the case of Gifty Clenam, who was convicted for the mayhem that occurred at Maslock under her tenure? A government genuinely committed to fighting corruption will not resort to foul, nolly prosecute to discontinue case involving the former NDC appointees. Right, so let me just do this quickly. So there's a gentleman on X. It says that we can see what $8 million can do. Now imagine the category of $58 million. That is 7.2.5 what X. What the Abu Trika took what Abu Trika took. But up to now, no one has been arrested. That's from the gentleman. It says now the BOG building reported cost of $262 million. That is 75 times what Abu Trika took. Now the African Games $245 million. That is 30.63x times. 11 months, not a single arrest, but they are all in Ghana, and they say they are tracking scammers. May God judge all of us. So that's a very interesting take on the matter. So, ladies, I guess that we would have to end it here. I wanted us to discuss that in Lumba, but unfortunately,
the drug issue in Tamale.
No, it's a big issue.
The drug issue. I want to commend Commander Jelly.
Yeah.
For leading that team.
Okay.
In this operation.
Okay.
What I want to discourage is malhandle of these people or alleged criminals. It's a serious issue and should be given all prominence of attention to be.
All right, Prof, let me thank you so very much. Unfortunately, time is not our best friend, and so we'd have to end it. But I really enjoyed the company of you two. It was really great. So she's called Professor Benedicta Yara-Fosu-Mensah. She's a communications team member of the NDC. And that's Haji Arabi Salifu, Deputy Director of Communications of the NPP. My name is Aldo Mo. Thanks for watching Good Morning Ghana. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Thanks for watching once again. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
This Christmas, Cattle's Agri Limited is bringing you freshness, flavor, and festive joy straight to your home and office. Right here in Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Takoradi. Cattle's Agri, your number one poultry